361 Corpus Christi, Texas. So today we're gonna be using the VNA to look at the SWR of our vertical antenna here with the two ground planes. So we got the wire there with the RF choke, and we got it going along the ground here. We got it going to our mil UHF to SMA, which is this cable right here. And we got it going into where the radios are. This is the one going actually to the radio that we're going to use in a minute to do some skip before we go to work. So this is going to be hooked up to the VNA. So we're going to calibrate the VNA today to the frequencies that we actually want to be using on our radio, which is channel 19, which is 27.185, all the way up to channel 55, which is 27.555. That's the frequency ranges that I like to talk on, mainly on channel 36 to channel 52 is primarily the range I usually go on. So we're gonna use it for the entire range, channel 19 to channel 55. So let's hop inside and calibrate. All right, now we're back inside. We got the VNA here sitting on a mount. And then we got our open, our short, and our load for calibration. And then we got the SMA right here that is hooked up to the antenna cable outside. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this bad boy on. And this is already on a calibration that I already made last night just to check things out. So as you see here, we're at the start, which is 27.185, which is channel 19. And then we got a stop at 27.555, which is channel 55. So we're gonna calibrate for that and for SWR. So we're gonna go ahead and click the screen here, and we're gonna go to calibrate. And then we are going to, actually, hold on, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to what it is when it's stock. So we're gonna go to recall, and we're gonna go to an empty slot here. Let's go to 2. So whenever you turn it on for the first time, it's gonna look like this. This is how it's gonna look. So the first thing you wanna do is we are going to turn the traces off. Let's go back. We're gonna go to display, trace, and we're gonna double tap trace 1, 2, and 3. And so right now we got S11 as log mag. So we're gonna go to format S11, and we're gonna go to SWR. So now we got SWR there. Now if you see here, our start is 50 kilohertz to 900 megahertz. We don't want that big of a search spot, so we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go to stimulus, and we're gonna go to start. Now on our radio, channel 19 is our first channel, which is 20, whoa, holy cow, 27.185 megahertz. So now our start is 27.185 megahertz. And now we're gonna do our stop. And our stop is channel 55, which is 27.555. And then G here, you got gigahertz, megahertz, and kilohertz. I'm not sure what the times 1 is, but if anyone in watching this does know what the times 1, go ahead and throw it in the comments below. Would love to learn about that. And so we're gonna do megahertz. So now we got a start of 185 and a stop of 27.55. So now we are going to go to calibrate. Now when you do calibrate, you want to do your frequencies first. Set your frequencies first, your start and your stops, and then do your calibrate. Now we're going to do hit calibrate again. And now here's our calibrate. For SWR, we're only going to be using open, short, and load. So let's go ahead and do those. Doing this one-handed. So our open is going to be the one without a center conductor. And we're going to put that on port 1. Alright, now we have that on port 1. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm using my iPhone camera right now because we're going to be going to work here in about an hour or so. And then we are going to click open. When the blue progress bar goes across, you're good. And now we're going to set up the short. So we take the open off. Now our short is going to be the one with the center conductor. Right there. So that one is going to be basically a positive shorted to ground. All right. So now we got that on. We are going to click the short. Yeah, blue progress bar goes across. Now we need to do the last calibration, which is the load. Now our load is going to be this chrome one, and it's going to be with the center conductor that is not shorted to the ground. Alright, we got a load up there. And we're going to click load. Alright, now we're done. So now we're going to go to done here. And I'm not going to save one right now because I already have it right up here. So we're just going to go to back. So now we're calibrated now. And now what I like to do is I like to go to, I think it's stimulus. Nope, that's not it. Display. Yep, okay, now it's in display, and then we go to scale. And then we are going to do the values on the side here that shows you. So we are going to hit scale and division. And we're going to do a scale of 0.25. And the 0.25 scale right here on the side here, you're going to have 1.25, 1.75, or 1.5, 1.75, 2, 2.25, 2.25, 2.5, 2.75, and 3 going up. So now, to get the numbers, we are going to hit this again. We're going to go to show grid values. So now we got 1.25, 15, 175, 2, 225, 25, 275, and 3. These are your SWR values right here. So now this is completely calibrated for the frequencies that we want. And now we're going to take the load off. And we are going to plug in the antenna that we have outside, which is a 4-foot firestik with the tuneable tip. Then we have 2 ground radial wires going off of it. Now we're gonna screw in the antenna. All right. So the frequencies I would like to talk on is right around 38, 39, 40, and 42. So let's go on the low side, 27.185. Alright, scroll right on over here. Alright. Now when it first opens up, it's going to be all the way over to the right or over to the left. When you first move it, see how when I let go of the jog wheel, it stays in that one spot? The first time you do it, it won't do that. You'll move it, and as soon as you let go, it automatically jumps back to this spot. If it does that, the easiest way I've found so far to fix it is just grab your marker and move it over a little bit, and then you can manually move it around. So this is 27.185. You can see the megahertz right here, 27.185, and then you got your SWR reading right here. So for the target frequencies that I go for, if there is one frequency I target, I always aim for 1.0 or 1.1. The lowest, the better. So for this antenna setup, since it is personally mine, my target frequency is 38, 39, 40, and 42. Those are my main target frequencies that I talk on. And sometimes 55 for international to Jamaica. So when I'm making a full scale one, which is going to be my next antenna, and I make it for the full band of CB, which is channel 1 through channel 40, I'm still going to aim for 1.0, but I'm probably going to aim 1.0 at channel 20. So this is my antenna, personal antenna that's outside right now. So you got channel 19 on this side, you got channel 38, 40 in the middle, and you got channel 55 over here. So let's go check them out. So right now on channel 19, we got an SWR of 1.44. Now let's go over to so 27.207 is probably the closest I can get to channel 20, and that gives me a 1.386. And let's keep going down. And for channel 38, which is 27.385, the closest I can get to it is 27.384 megahertz is the closest I can actually get to channel 38, which gives me a SWR of 1.03. And then our lowest spot here is at basically channel 37. So basically 27, closest I can get to that is, alright, so yeah, channel 37, the closest I could probably get, which is 27.375, is 27.377. So at 27.370, which is our lowest SWR we have on this antenna setup right now, is a 1.01. And then over on channel 42, here's channel 39 exactly. Well, it's a little kilohertz off, but 27.395. We are at a 1.05. And then let's go to channel 40. Closest to 40 is probably 27.407. Still gives us a 1.07 on SWR. Let's go to 425. So this one is right on the dot, 27.425, and that gives us a 1.11 SWR. And let's go up to channel 51. So 51.4 is probably the closest I can get to channel 51. And that one is 27.515, and that gives us a SWR of 1.3. And then channel 55, right up here at 27.555 is usually where I talk to Jamaica and the Caribbean islands. And over there, this gives me a SWR of 1.4. So one thing we can do here, so on channel 19, our antenna is sweeping from 1.4 down to a low of 1.01 to a 1.4 at channel 55. So like I said, with my antennas, I strive for 1.0 and 1.1 on the frequencies that I talk on. And these are my main frequencies. 1.0, 1.0, 1.0. We got a 1.1. And I very rarely talk on channel 55, but when I do, we got a 1.4, which is not bad, still under 1.5. All right, so that's my 11 meter channel 38 27.385 megahertz antenna. I got a SWR of 1.03 to 1. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, and I completely forgot, if there's anyone out there that is interested with seeing the Smith chart of this antenna, we're going to click the screen and we are going to go over to trace, and we're going to go number 2, which brings us S11 Smith. So this is the Smith chart of this antenna. So at channel 19, we're at this side of the curve. At our lowest, channel 38, that's what our Smith looks like. And on channel 1, on channel 55, that's what it is on the other side of the curve. So that's the Smith and the SWR of our 11 meter antenna that we have outside. We're going to be testing the UHF next for tomorrow. And then